So they just stay around here and bug people, slamming doors, knocking things over, making cold spots, groaning. You know what I mean, your basic poltergeists. Sometimes they can get rough. I mean, they try to hurt people on purpose. That's when I usually get mad. That's when I usually feel compelled to kick a little ghost butt. Which was what my mom meant when she went, "Oh, Suze, not again." When I kick ghost butt, things have a tendency to get a little messy. Not that I had any intention of messing up my new room, which is why I turned my back on the ghost sitting on my window seat and said, "Never mind, Mom, everything's fine. The room is great, thanks so much." I could tell she didn't believe me. It's hard to fake up my mom. I know she suspects there's something up with me. She just can't figure out what it is. Which is probably a good thing, because it would shake up the world as she knows it in a major way. I mean, she's a television news reporter. She only believes what she can see, and she can't see ghosts. I can't tell you how much I wish I could be like her. "Well," she said, "I'm glad you like it. I was sort of worried. I mean, I know how you get about, well, old places. Old places are the worst for me, because the older a building is, the more chance there is that somebody has died in it, and that he or she is still hanging around looking for some justice or waiting to deliver some final message to someone. Let me tell you, this led to some pretty interesting results back when my mom and I used to go apartment hunting in the city. We would walk into these seemingly perfect apartments, and I'd be like, 'Nuh-uh, no way,' for no reason that I could actually explain. It's really a wonder my mom never just packed me off to a boarding school." "Really, Mom," I said. "It's great. I love it." Andy, hearing this, hustled around the room all excitedly, showing me the clap-on, clap-off lights, oh boy, and various other gadgets he'd installed. I followed him around, expressing my delight, being careful not to look in the ghost direction. It was really sweet how much Andy wanted me to be happy, and I was determined, because he wanted it so much, to be happy. At least as happy as it's possible for someone like me to be. After a while, Andy ran out of stuff to show me and went away to start the barbecue, since in honor of my arrival we were having a surf and turf for dinner. Sleepy and Dopey took off to hit some waves before we ate, and Doc, muttering mysteriously about an experiment he'd been working on, drifted off to another part of the house, leaving me alone with my mother. Well, sort of. "Is it really all right, Suze?" my mom wanted to know. "I know it's a big change. I know it's asking a lot of you." I took off my leather jacket. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but it's pretty hot for January, like 70. I nearly roasted in the car. "It's fine, Mom," I said, "really. I mean, asking you to leave Grandma and Gina in New York, it's selfish of me, I know. I know things haven't been, well, easy for you, especially since Daddy died." My mother likes to think that the reason I'm not like the traditional teenage girl she was when she was my age, she was a cheerleader and homecoming queen and had lots of boyfriends and stuff, is that I lost my father at such an early age. She blames his death for everything, from the fact that I have no friends, with the exception of Gina, to the fact that I sometimes engage in extremely weird behavior. And I suppose some of the stuff I've done in the past would seem pretty weird to someone who didn't know why I was doing it, or couldn't see who I was doing it for. I have certainly been caught any number of times in places I wasn't supposed to be. I've been brought home by the police a few times, accused of trespassing or vandalism or breaking and entering. And while I've never actually been convicted of anything, I've spent any number of hours in my mother's therapist's office, being assured that this tendency I have to talk to myself is perfectly normal, but that my propensity to talk to people who aren't there probably isn't. Ditto my dislike of any building not constructed in the past 5 years. Ditto the amount of time I spent in graveyards, churches, temples, mosques, other people's locked apartments or houses, and school grounds after hours. I suppose Andy's boys must have overheard something about this, and that's where the whole gang thing came from. But like I said, I've never actually served time for anything I've done. And that 2-week suspension in 8th grade isn't even reflected on my permanent record. So maybe it wasn't so unusual for my mother to be sitting there in my bed, talking about fresh starts and all of that. It was kind of weird that she was doing it while this ghost was sitting a few feet away watching us. But whatever. She seemed to have a need to talk about how things were going to be much better for me out here on the West Coast. And if that's what she wanted, I was going to do my best to make sure she got it. I'd already resolved not to do anything out here that was going to end up getting me arrested, so that was a start anyway. "Well," my mom said, running out of steam after her "you won't make friends unless you project a friendly demeanor" speech, "I guess if you don't want help unpacking, I'll go see how Andy is doing with dinner." Andy, in addition to being able to build just about anything, was also an excellent cook, something my mother most definitely was not. I said, "Yeah, Mom, you go do that." I'll just get settled in here and I'll be down in a minute." My mom nodded and got up, but she wasn't about to let me escape that easily. Just as she was about to go out the door, she turned around and said, her blue eyes filled with tears, "I just want you to be happy, Susie. That's all I've ever wanted. Do you think you can be happy here?" I gave her a hug. I'm as tall as she is, in my ankle boots. "Sure, Mom," I said. "Sure, I'll be happy here. I feel at home already." "Really?" My mom was sniffling. "You swear?" "I do." And I wasn't lying either. I mean, there'd been ghosts in my bedroom back in Brooklyn all the time, too. She went away, and I shut the door quietly behind her. I waited until I couldn't hear her heels on the stairs anymore, and then I turned around. "All right," I said to the presence on the window seat. "Who the hell are you?"